According to Andy Ruiz's dad, his son is more than likely going to hire Eddy Reynoso as his new trainer. For those of you who don't know, Eddy Reynoso is the trainer of Canelo Alvarez. Now, to me, this seems like a more natural fit for Andy Ruiz than Teddy Atlas, which is a trainer they were looking at. Because Teddy Atlas is a very overbearing character. He's like a drill sergeant in the gym, and he makes no bones about that. Makes no secret of it. That's how he is. I don't know how well Andy Ruiz would get on with somebody like that. Maybe that's what Andy Ruiz needs, but maybe he's not ready to go there just yet, you know? Because Teddy Atlas isn't just the drill sergeant, but he's also somebody who likes to get inside the fighter's head. He likes to be a psychologist or psychiatrist. And some fighters don't like that, you know? Some fighters, yes, you have to try and understand their pathology and understand how to push their buttons, but maybe do it in a more subtle way. Because Teddy Atlas is like a bull in a china shop. He makes it all very obvious. He talks about psychology to you, talks about the way he thinks your mind is working and all this kind of business. He's very, very upfront about it. Whereas sometimes certain fighters respond better to a more subtle and nuanced approach. Maybe Eddy Reynoso can be that guy. Now, I think that if Andy Ruiz is going to be around Canelo Alvarez, that will be a tremendous motivation, I think, for him. To see the way someone like Canelo lives, to see the way he trains. That will be a good thing for Andy Ruiz, I think. Because if you're around somebody who's that professional, who's that meticulous about their preparation, hopefully it will rub off on you. And I know that he has met or has at least spoken to Canelo Alvarez after he beat Anthony Joshua and became heavyweight champion. So there is already some kind of rapport there. And although I think that the customado Teddy Atlas style could have helped Andy Ruiz a lot, I think Atlas really made an emphasis on Ruiz losing a lot of weight. I'm sure Reynoso would like to see Andy Ruiz in better shape as well, no doubt, but he might put more of an emphasis on developing his skills rather than just trying to get his weight down and getting in his head psychologically. Why are you so heavy? Is this a mental crutch? Is this, that, and the other? Reynoso might just say, okay, I'm going to brush up your skills. We'll get you in shape. You'll be around Canelo. You'll see how he trains. You'll gain inspiration from that. And obviously, they're all Mexicans. And the commonality often helps, usually helps. So, yeah, interesting. Andy Ruiz could be hooking up with Eddy Reynoso, the trainer of Canelo Alvarez. It sounds like a more natural fit, that's what I'll say, than Teddy Atlas. It just sounds like a more natural fit. We'll see how it works if indeed Reynoso is selected. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is there anybody else out there who you think could be a good fit for Andy Ruiz? One person who I don't think would be a bad trainer for Ruiz is Freddie Roach. Roach has a history of training aggressive fighters. And if you're a guy who has a good chin, Freddie Roach can add to your offensive arsenal. He can help you with that. But defensively, Freddie Roach has never been the best when it comes to stuff like that. Can Andy Ruiz really improve that much defensively? That's the question. Because if he can't, if he's just going to be limited by his physical size and what have you in terms of how much head movement and how much he can bend at the waist, and that physical size isn't going to change that much irrespective of which trainer he's with, then I don't really see how his defense is going to change that much. Because what Andy Ruiz really lacks defensively is head movement. For a pressure fighter, you want a guy moving his head, like Mike Tyson, like Joe Frazier. Yeah, you want him moving his head. Andy Ruiz has got such a large waist, he can't really bend that much at the waist to be able to move his head. Okay? So that's one way that he's constrained. And unless a hell of a lot of weight comes off, then I don't really see him developing much of any head movement at all. You know, yes, defensively, it's not just about moving your head. You can, of course, use your feet to some extent. Feints, angles, coming in at certain angles where your opponent isn't able to hit you as clean or hit you at all. These are things which come into it as well, obviously, timing and what have you. But again, he's a pressure fighter, so he can't really mess around on the outside too much, fiddling around with range and doing this, that, and the other. He needs to get in and get in close quick, get underneath his opponent's punches, and then fire off his fast combinations. It's really not that complex in terms of what Andy Ruiz needs to do from a boxing perspective. It doesn't need to be that deep. But yeah, as I say, he's constrained by his physical size. So we'll see what Eddy Reynoso, if that is his trainer, can do with him. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is it a good choice of trainer? Would you have preferred to see him with Atlas, with Roach, with maybe somebody else? Let me know in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.